called from service method of priority editor and from 407 flight. So this is how it goes. So that's why Java, Java logs everything that it does. Okay, so for this error, whatever classifiers are impacted due to this, calling thread or the calling chain, it will log everything in the exception log. So that is how we got the exception log. Now, exception log means something is wrong. Exception means something is wrong. It says error, right? So there is another term called exception. Let me write it down here. There is another term called exception. So exception means in short, it's an exception to your expectations or error. When you log them using the whole stack and the calling along with the calling chain, which is called exception log. Does it make sense? Exception log, in most of the cases, exception log are identified using this stack that you see on screen right now. This stacks will tell you how exception logs look like. Okay? Clear?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone, any question?
No.
So now that you're here, so yesterday we showed you the indexes, right? So let me show you the indexes today. We still have 5-10 minutes left. I'll show you the indexes, different indexes. Yeah. Uh-huh. Now what is an event? What is an event? First tell me what is an event. Hello? What is an event? No, log file is not an event. Log file is log file. Event is every occurrence. So here this is an event. The whole thing is an event. This is another event. This is another event. So what we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we have more actually. 6. I think we have more. 7, 8. At least 25 events. So each occurrence, each activity is an event. So whenever you refer this, so for this exception stack, since all these are related to this activity, so this become one event. In access log, this one line is one event because after this is this is a new user, new request, or new request rather, not new user, new request. Right? So every activity, every individual activity, or every single activity is one event. Yep. Now, we do not give the logical name. So what we do is, you misunderstood this. So we have some settings to identify each individual event, right? And that setting is one time. For example, if you upload this log file for the first time and you provide the settings to read this or read or identify this particular log file, next time you upload similar file, maybe it's some other file which looks exactly similar, then you do not need to create the settings again because the setting is already there, right? So what Splunk will do is Splunk will just apply the default settings, default which is already defined there, the settings, and then it will read the next file. Make sense? Now the settings is given a name, that is source file, and then you, for each and every line or each and every event, not the line, event, you apply the source file. Did I confuse you more? Okay. Okay, now this is the list of indexes. So far I have this many indexes. So while you are creating an index, let me open an index that this thing. These indexes are already installed in Splunk. So please forget introspective, introspection, internal, box images. I said don't worry about them right now. Just go with what I created. So I created this. Don't worry about the default indexes. I created this. Now here you see, Ravi, you had a question about buckets. You did not understand the bucketing part, right? Here is the bucket. DB, cold DB, hot DB, all these are buckets. Look at this, at the home part. So hot one are stored in the DB folder. Okay. If you do not specify anything, it will take the default folder name, but you can also specify if you want to. Now, whenever the index size gets more than 5 GB, it will move the entire data to the frozen DB. Okay. Also, max size in the hot, warm, index cold bucket auto is, which means the maximum size in terms of MB. Whenever the folders reach the maximum size, it will move the data to the next folder or the next bucket. Now, where does it store, right? Where does it store? So you go to Splunk home folder. You go to where, you go to leave, you go to Splunk, and under that you have this access folder. See, this is my index, access index. Under that you see the cold DB folder. You have the DB folder which is for hot and warm bucket. You have the cold DB folder which is for the cold buckets. So let's see if we have anything in a cold bucket. Cold bucket is empty because the data is still hot or warm. It won't be hot because I have indexed it long back. So the data is not hot, but it's a warm bucket, and the data is yet to move to the cold bucket. But it is not index. Index is this. In each index, this is where we are storing it. Make sense? We are not storing the data directly under index. Index name is this, axis. But we are storing the data here, DB and cold DB. And we are moving the data within the index. We are not moving the data from access index to audit index or audit index to browser index or error index. No, we are not doing that. We are moving the data from here. And the moment the data reaches the retention period in the cold DB, it will be purged until we define something new. Now, where do we do this configuration? How does Splunk know that it has to reach to the area? Let me show you that location as well. So in Splunk, there are a couple of locations, etc. Here, all those apps that you see on the home page, and yeah, all those apps that you see, these apps, they are stored here. These are the apps, etc. Splunk etc. apps. If you install Splunk, you will have this location. This location may differ, but after Splunk, everything will remain same. So that's why I'm showing you from after Splunk, not here. For me, it's C drive. You may have a G drive. Program files can bring up program data or directly under D drive. Anything. But what on the Splunk folder, everything else remains in.